Welcome back to All Chiefed Up. I am Steve, and I'm here with Mike. Rookies and quarterbacks reported to camp today. We're going to talk about that. But first, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the season starts. We're at about 670 right now, so we got a little bit of work to do, and we need your help. So make sure that you're sharing the videos, and if you're watching, make sure to subscribe, like the video, leave comments, anything to help us get out there. Mike, how's things going at camp?
Man, Missouri Western, I am sure right there in St. Joe. I bet the campus is probably hopping today. The area is probably nice and packed. Yeah, people are excited that the Chiefs are ready to kick this thing off. All the equipment's there, the fields are ready.
It's beautiful that they're actually at camp. We're making some progress here.
Andy Reid apparently took some questions today. He says that there are some people not at camp today, as we knew. We
Right.
said that, we said that Brown would probably not be at camp. We don't know when he'll be there. Surprise, surprise, not there. I think we all seen this coming. He probably gets there. More than likely, he shows up late in camp. Like we said, people like to skip out on camp. They don't want to do it. So, yeah, Reid said that they have plenty of options, including Joe Tooney. What do you think about that one?
Well, I mean, Tooney did step in and play that left tackle position in the one game that Orlando Brown was out of last year with injury. I think he got hurt in warmups at the first Bengals game, and Tooney actually slid over there and did an exceptional job at left tackle. So we know he can do it. The only difference is his arm length. He's got short arms, and that's really not the typical uh, tackle that the Chiefs would like to have, because they love their arm length and all that. But I mean, really, he did great. And I don't think that that's ever going to be an issue unless there is an injury. But I mean, I guess that's just the standard go-to there on the left tackle position.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of commonly known that I think this is a little a back and forth with Orlando Brown and his agent and the
Right.
Chiefs, and they're kind of verbal sparring a little bit. I don't know if I take anything, I don't look into it too much. I think Garen Christian probably is their ideal guy. I don't know if you want to go with Tooney. I think Christian took some snaps early and did some OTA stuff. I think that's probably what they would probably want to try to do. Wouldn't you think? I don't know if you want to knock Tooney out of that position.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a possibility. I'm not really thinking too much into it. I think Orlando Brown will probably end up at camp. If he don't come to camp, he's going to be playing week one of the season. Even in Mahomes' press conference today, they asked him about Orlando, and he was like, "Man, he's like, I talk to Orlando all the time." He's like, "Not worried about that." He said, "Of course, when it comes to contracts and money and stuff, I don't really get involved with other people's money because they're just trying to take care of their family long term and all that stuff." And he's like, "But Orlando, we talk all the time. He's watching tape. He's working. He's getting better, and he's gonna play. He's gonna be here, and we're excited to have him back on the team again this year." Talked about how good he is. Said he's a great player and he's a great leader for the offense. If he could be one of the best players on the team, if not the best player. So he has no worries about it. If Mahomes ain't worried, I'm not worried.
Well, Reese said there's a few other players missing. We know Niang's out. He's still dealing with the same injury he had last time. It looks like he's going to miss the entirety of camp. He's probably not going to be back to maybe mid-season. So all in all, it's looking like we may have been right about Kennard as well. It looks like Kennard probably does take that right tackle job if he comes into camp and does well.
Absolutely. I mean, I never had a doubt anyway. I think if Niang was healthy, that Kennard would probably steal that spot from him. So with him not even being available till maybe mid-season, no doubt in my mind, Kennard gets that right tackle spot over Wiley. I think Wiley's just a good, solid backup, and it's good to have him on the team, his experience and everything. But I think when it really boils down to it, we're going to go ahead and get Kennard in there.
Rashad Fenton, he's also not there at the beginning of camp. Well, he may appear, but he's not going to practice, obviously. Still
Right.
dealing with a shoulder surgery. And then the other one, the big name here, Justyn Ross. Everybody's talking about seeing him in the boot. Andy referred to him having surgery. I'm guessing that's a very current kind of surgery, and that was why he was in the boot, and he probably is not going to kick off camp practicing. So what do you think about Justyn Ross in the boot and all the hype with that? That's
So
kind
I
of
think
scary for Justyn Ross's chances to make the
I
team.
think it's complete overreaction. He actually went out sometime right after OTAs, I want to say, and that's probably when the surgery went down. He's in a boot, which is pretty typical with any kind of surgery on your foot. They didn't really get into recovery time or anything, but Andy Reid didn't seem to make that an issue either. So I'm thinking probably just a little minor surgery, something to touch up that injury he had on his foot last season. And I mean, granted, he probably won't, he's not going to be there for camp as it starts, but Andy Reid didn't rule him out actually practicing in camp before it's over. So I think Justyn Ross is fine. I think people's just kind of overreacting because he did have that stigma that he stays injured and he's had too many injuries and everything like that. So I think just the least bit little thing that people see, they're going to have a little freak out about it. And with good reason. I mean, there's a lot of hype behind him, and we know that he's injury prone. But I think it's a complete overreaction right now. No one really knows, so I think it's best just to probably go along with what Andy Reid said. And if it's a possibility for him to practice in camp, then I don't think it's a huge deal. Did you get to catch any of Mahomes' press conference, Mike? Did you get to watch any of it at all?
No, I seen him roll into camp.
I just caught a little bit of that. And the first freak out that everybody's having is that Patrick Mahomes has a leg tattoo. So he
I
got
did see that.
he got a tattoo, and everybody's freaking out about it. It's like big, big deal. But I think it's like a cross and a little guy walking up some steps, kind of cool. Yeah.
Wait, why are they freaking out? What?
I don't know. Like it's like he's a little kid, or he's not allowed to do that. I don't know. Everybody's just like, oh my god, Mahomes got a tattoo, and it's like news on Twitter. Like everybody's posting it.
They're like the ink in the leg will slow him down. You won't be able to make the first downs quick enough.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, they actually one of the first questions he got was about his Madden rating, and if you didn't see it, Madden actually rated him a 95 this year. So he was saying he don't really look that much into that stuff, but of course he wants to be a 99 on Madden. That's the whole goal. And he said, he's going to pick his play up on the field this year and try to get back to that 99 spot. And he also made the comment. He's like, "But what you really need to look at is that speed. You notice that speed keeps going up and up. So I might have to make a few more run plays this year so I can get that speed up there." So he was kind of having some fun with it.
Why are players and like fans and everybody so obsessed with Madden ratings? I've always wondered that. Like, who cares?
Well, he actually brought that up. He's like, all these off-season lists, like from everyone saying Josh Allen's the number one quarterback in the league, or the Chiefs are not in the top 5 teams anymore, and this and that. And he was like, people need to quit looking at that stuff. He's like, it's all just whatever. He's like, we use it as motivation and go on. He's like, we still plan on being the elite offense that Kansas City has had since Andy Reid got here, and we're not going to slow down. And we talked about what he said about Orlando Brown. So I think that was some good insight on that situation. I think that Brown's going to play on the tag, and he'll be there to play at week 1, and he might even show up to camp. Mahomes seemed fully confident in that. So I thought that was a good sign.
I don't want to go into the season with nobody but Orlando at left tackle because, to be honest, I think he's the best chance we got of keeping Patrick Mahomes upright.
For sure. And Orlando's going to have a big year this year. I'm sticking with it. I mean, the last half of last year, he improved tremendously. Now he's got more time in that position, more time with this offense, and he's got the whole offseason. And apparently he's been working. So I think he's going to have a big year.
I was going to tell you to pause the video for just 2 seconds so people can go to the comments and tell us Orlando Brown's PFF rating again and why we're better without him. Okay, there you go. Now you can pick back up on the video.
One other thing that Mahomes actually discussed, there was some news going around that the Chiefs organization, someone from the organization had said that the Chiefs were very disappointed with Orlando Brown. He's not the player that they traded for, and he's not being a team player, and yada, yada, yada. And that's been some news that's actually been out there, even in the mainstream sports media. And I think they actually said something about that to Patrick, and he was just like, I don't know who would have said that, because that's far from where they are. As an organization, it's not any hard feelings with Orlando Brown or anything like that. And he thinks that's pretty much fabricated. Kind of the vibe he gave off, and and then he just went into how good of a relationship they have with Orlando Brown and how he's ready to play and things like that. Did you get to catch any of the pictures that they posted of people coming into camp today? Some of the rookies and stuff.
I did. I seen the Leo Chenal when he was carrying off his snacks. It's hilarious. They're like athletes eat and they train so well, and it's like
Hey,
no, they don't. They eat
he had
cookies and snacks,
no,
bro.
he had some protein bars in there. He just had like a big, huge thing of variety of Pringles. I don't know who that was beside him in the picture. I can't recall,
Was
but
that maybe
whoever.
his brother? It
I
kind of
don't
looked
know.
like him. I don't know who it was, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't even remember, but I just remember the guy beside him had like healthy snacks. He had like the sun chips as opposed to the Pringles. And then he had like some veggie chips and like some, healthy fruit snacks and things like that, if they can be healthy. But it's just funny because then you see Leo over there with his Pringles and stuff all happy. Like Leo's such a big kid and it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. One other piece of news, tweeted out from at Chiefs PR. If you guys are planning on going to camp on Friday, August the 5th, it has now been said that KC will not practice that day. They're actually going to practice the following day, Saturday, August 6th. So you may have to change some plans. I don't know what the ticket situation is. I'm sure they'll fix it. Just follow it. I think everybody's got their tickets on their app. So I would just look at that. Maybe keep a lookout on Chiefs PR. Follow at Chiefs PR for the updates.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this short video about the start of camp. Make sure you get down in the comments. Let us know who you're excited to see in camp. Also, let's talk about what Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes had to say today. A lot of stuff going on. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you'll know when we're coming out with new content. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the season starts. We need about 300 plus. So make sure to tell your friends and share us on social media and all that good stuff. That way we can get more people over here enjoying the videos and getting down in the comments and having some good football conversation. And we will see you guys next time.
See ya.
There goes a sight from my soul.